Alive After the Fall, the ultimate survival system. Survival skills number 1, housing. This is an introduction to Alive After the Fall, giving you the link where you can actually obtain 19 books for free, which you can actually copy. They're a PDF format. What would you do in case of a snowstorm at the level of what the United States and the winter of 2021 had to face? A polar vortex storm, very, very cold temperature combined with a lot of wind. Many people have suffered tremendously, especially in the south of the United States this past winter, because they were not prepared, because they had never faced winter in some areas, and some people unhappily even lost their lives. What would you do in case of an ice storm, a tornado, a volcano? Are you prepared for the worst case scenario, a high energy magnetic pulse, which can be produced man-made, but also it can be produced naturally by the sun flares? What would you do in case of a martial law, in case of riots? We have a picture here of a home prepared with a bunker, which had to be built before you build the house, obviously. And this is what we're going to be talking about in this ultimate survival system, survival skills number 1. First skill, housing. We recommend that you read this book, Alive After the Fall, which is the first of a series of many more, which gives you a table of content where you can prepare to face an HEMP threat, an ice storm, a snowstorm, or even a tornado, and who knows, maybe even a volcano. How to prepare yourself. Homemade protection. You don't have to be rich to start planning. Turn prepping into a family experience. And remember, your home is your shelter. Between options of a small house or a yurt, we have decided to go along with a container and look at the value of it from the point of view of structure. It's totally made out of steel, so it's very solid. And we offer you here 2 videos that you can refer to. This one in particular from Kamloops, we will be playing for you in this session in order to give you a taste of what can be done with containers. For example, we have a picture here of these containers that have been transformed, and the second one here where more substrates have been added to the steel in order to make it even more homey. However, we do not recommend so many windows because that defeats the purpose of using a solid steel container if you remove practically 2 walls. But these are for pictures purposes to give you a taste of what you can do for housing in case of difficulties. A few more ideas of what can be done with containers. This is the inside of a container here, and this is the exteriors that has been redone. The facade here actually has been added with substrates to make it more friendly looking with a beautiful patio. As well, you can use more than one container to create a larger home. And this particular one here is actually the containers change into a home that we will be visiting on this session. A few guidelines here in order to get you going with what is needed to be done before you decide building. For example, in the province of Ontario, in the city, we have building code that needs to be followed. However, the province of Ontario recognizes shipping containers, which range in area from 160 to 320 square feet as structures when used on land. The construction or placement of any structure over 10 square meters or 108 square feet requires a building permit. Now, shipping containers also share the same requirements and restrictions as permanent buildings in Ontario. This implies that they must be properly zoned and follow the property line setback guidelines outlined in the city zoning bylaw. In the country, however, generally speaking, but you may want to check for yourself, most of the rural areas do not require building permits, which make it a perfect location for building a shipping container home. Are they safe? Our containers are almost always made out of steel, a material that is known to be resistant to the harshest weather conditions. Yes, this includes extreme forms of natural disasters such as earthquakes and hurricanes as well. One of the easiest and quickest ways to insulate a container home is with spray foam insulation. And this insulation material can be sprayed directly onto both the interior and exterior walls of a shipping container. And again, some more pictures of what can be done with containers. This is a larger one, and this again is a multiple use of containers to create a beautiful home. Here we are offering a few steps to transform a steel container into a home. You will need a piece of land, decide where you will be building that home, follow the bylaws, choose a design, and from preparation to moving in, what is the timeline? Make sure you calculate all the costs and have a budget. This is why we recommend that you get in touch with a professional company that do these kind of containers, and they will be able to at least give you a guideline as from beginning to end how much this proposal or this endeavor will cost you. Also, as a survival skills, building a bunker with a container, what does it involve? We also have here a book, again showing you some details. It does not have to be necessarily a container, but in this case here, we also have another proposal that you check this out, shipping containers as bunker, not so fast. This short video is showing you that these containers were built for the surface of the earth, and if you intend to use it inside the earth, they will need reinforcement. So we do recommend that you watch this short video.